This is the UK's largest puppy farm. Looks more like a prison camp, doesn't it?
I would not want any dog to end up in this facility. It is beyond cruelty.
Farms like these are driven primarily by profit. Mass-producing dogs like this can result in ill health, lifelong damage, and even death.
He died in my arms. That image is burnt into my brain.
She is not the first dog to come from a puppy farm, and she won't be the last.
As many as 1 in 4 dog owners may have bought unknowingly from puppy farms. I'm on a mission to expose how this is happening, to make absolutely sure that buyers know where their dogs are really coming from.
So these dogs here are from there.
When I found out that Arthur had come from Northern Ireland, it made me so upset.
And that sellers know that they can't get away with it. Those dogs are showing major signs of psychological stress.
Oh, no. Oh, it's fully licensed. There's nothing wrong.
I'm asking you very politely, please.
Hello.
I built a following showcasing my exotic collection of pets. I look back at that time with regret, and I now use my platform to promote animal welfare. But I've also kept dogs all of my life, and recently I've been concerned with puppy farms in the UK. So what's the deal? Puppy farms have been slammed for years, and for good reason. In 2020, the UK introduced Lucy's Law. It meant that prospective puppy buyers could only buy their puppies directly from the breeder with the mother of the puppies present. The idea being that if buyers could see industrial scale conditions, then they probably wouldn't go ahead with the sale. Unfortunately, this didn't quite work. Puppy farms are alive and thriving in the UK. They're just mostly active in Northern Ireland, where there are fewer legal restrictions on breeders. So get this, the top 3 breeding businesses in the UK, the UK Dog Breeding Academy, Kelly's Kennels and Douglas Hall Kennels are all registered to the same address, Hamilton's Puppy Farm, the UK and Ireland's largest puppy farm. There are up to 900 registered dogs on this farm, owned by these 3 companies. And that doesn't include the puppies. They could be producing up to 4,000 puppies every single year. The business is cloaked in secrecy. It's ringed with high fences, CCTV cameras. The public hasn't seen inside this place for 10 years. So I'm gonna gather as much information about Hamilton's in Northern Ireland as possible so that I can tell buyers the truth. And if we manage to pull this off, it is going to be game-changing. The farm and a third of the dogs on the site are registered to a company called the UK Dog Breeding Academy, which is owned by the Hamiltons themselves. If I can arrange a visit with this company, I might be able to get onto the farm. Let's start with their website. If I'm honest, it looks like a great place. The dogs are out and about in cuddly beds, and some of them are even out on walks. The only thing that really stands out to me is the amount of dogs that they clearly have at their facility. So this is their frequently asked questions. Can I visit your kennels to meet the dog's parents? Yes, visits are by appointment only. There is a number on the website, and I'm going to enter it into my phone, give them a call, and see if I can make an appointment to see some dogs.
You dialed an incorrect number. Please check the number and try again.
Let's see one more time if I did that wrong.
You dialed an incorrect number. Please...
Okay, so it seems as though the number's either dead or fake, which is not what I was expecting. To cover all options, a colleague tried to set up an appointment with the UK Dog Breeding Academy, posing as a customer. When that didn't work, she went to visit the farm itself.
It feels intimidating. It's high fences and it's a long driveway, and there's about 5 cameras on you before you even reach the gate. I pulled up. It was obviously closed and locked, so I went over to the intercom box. He just kept repeating, "We're not open to the public, we're not open to the public," and then he hung up quite quickly.
So despite what they say on their website, they aren't welcoming visitors. But that isn't going to stop me finding out about the conditions there. If we can't get in through the front door, let's check the place out from above. I'm wondering if we could use drones to see inside the Hamiltons facility.
I'm just wondering, maybe if I fly the drone up to my window, will I actually be able to see in? Oh. My job now is just to get this drone as close as possible to my window, so when we get to the puppy farm, we're gonna get to their window and hopefully have a look in. Do you know what? I can actually see through into the kitchen. I've got a good feeling this is gonna work. I'm quite optimistic. I've got this practice run and I've not crashed the drone yet.
Okay, maybe I should leave the flying up to the professionals. I'm in Northern Ireland and have hired expert drone pilots to do a full assessment of the Hamiltons farm. But before they arrive, I'm going to try and have a look myself.
The farm is literally right there. I can see onto the property. It's weird because I can hear dogs in the distance, but not very much. And it doesn't sound very loud at all, which makes me think they're all inside.
Okay, let's get the drone in the air. My heart is in my mouth as I get a first glance to see the puppy farm. And there it is.
The drone is so close to the puppy farm. And all I'm imagining is the Hamiltons coming walking out of that puppy farm and going mad. And a car's just gone past. It's quite scary.
I've invited David Bailey to review the drone footage and comment on how the business has changed. David worked as a vet at the Hamiltons farm between 2007 and 2010 and has been openly critical of the conditions he saw there.
The buildings that I was confined to was 1, 2, 3, and this one here 4, possibly this one here. The rest, all of this bit, that's new.
The rest is new?
Yeah.
That is all new.
They've really grown. You know, they've really grown. You know, this is bigger than I thought.
Okay, so the first round of drones is done. We need to get out of here.
With the sunset, we're going to try and see the dogs inside the sheds using a thermal imaging drone. We're hoping to see right through the roof, but the sheds seem to have insulation that's making it impossible. All we can see are these dogs, which I assume are guard dogs. I can't believe it. This place is impenetrable.
I'm gutted. That place is so concealed and we didn't really find out anything. These guys are just very good at being secretive and hidden. We can't give up and we've got to find some other ways to find out more.
Later, we went back with my smaller drone, which I repaired after crashing it in the garden. I don't trust myself with it anymore, so I've delegated the task of flying it.
I just hope he's a good drone pilot.
We're going to fly this drone even closer. I need to see these dogs. We tried to look in the windows, but all we saw were the reflections of the dogs in the opposite pens. We readjust and finally, we see the dogs on the Hamiltons farm. This is the voice of animal behaviourist Susie Walsh, who unpacked exactly what we were looking at.
A couple of the dogs you'll note that have what we call stereotypic behaviour. Stereotypic behaviour is when we get animals that are highly stressed. You'd often see it in zoo animals or animals in small pens or small cages, and what they do is they can't cope in their environment, so they start circling and circling and circling and circling in a repetitive manner in order to relieve stress and anxiety. I would not want a puppy from this facility. I would not want any dog to end up in this facility of any description. It is beyond cruelty.
It sounds like she's saying that they're being set up for a life of failure. If they do make it to a home, they're going to be a dog filled with lots of problems.
I wanted to understand what life in a place like this does to a dog. The Hamiltons clearly aren't letting me in, so I'm meeting with Jamie, who has rescued a former breeding bitch from a different puppy farm.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Kyle.
You want Sweepy?
Oh, hello. So we've actually been looking into the Hamiltons puppy farm, so I really appreciate you kind of showing me the reality of what a puppy farm can do to a dog.
So Sweet Pea isn't from Hamilton's, but she is from another rather notorious puppy mill. She came from somebody that is still a registered breeder, but has been convicted of an animal welfare crime.
What sort of condition was she in when she arrived here?
When she came in, she was terrified of people. Absolutely terrified. She will freak if you go to put a lead or collar on her and back away even though she wants to go out. She will spook at things like bells in shop doors as you go past. She came with malnutrition. Her coat is showing all the signs of giving everything that she had to raising puppy after puppy without enough to cover her basic needs. Like, she is not the first dog to come from a puppy farm, and as it currently stands, she won't be the last. And They all come in with fleas, worms, overgrown nails, usually awful teeth and awful teats, and room infections. Hamiltons, they like to appear that they are doing things the right way, but at the end of the day, is there a right way to be having up to 900 dogs plus puppies in a facility and still meet their needs? You know, enrichment, walks, socialising, cleaning up after them, the veterinary care, infection control, all of the stuff that is needed to keep 900 dogs safe and happy. It's not physically possible. It all adds up to a dog that is probably never going to be a normal dog.
Hamiltons are clearly this huge business with loads of dogs. But if they're producing this many dogs, then where on earth are they actually selling them? One answer is 210 miles away. Douglas Hall Kennels in Lancashire, and unlike the Hamiltons, you don't need an appointment, so let's pay them a visit.
What's our cover story?
Our cover story is that we're going in, I'm your friend, you have a girlfriend that really, really, really wants a dog.
If we get a sense that they're onto us, should we have a safe word to escape?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll do like 2 coughs. Like. So we're basically gonna go in, act as though we're buying a dog and ask a load of questions to try and find out what really goes on. And while doing that, we're gonna be doing a bit of undercover filming using this.
In we go. First things first, this place looks stunning. Nestled in the Lancashire hills, it's hard to imagine that the dogs from here really come from here.
All right, so you wanted to see the puppies?
Yeah.
You wanted, yeah, Maxwell. I'm actually the vet, so I just come here.
Oh, okay.
Do the health checks and vaccinations. So.
I want to see if Douglas Hall are operating in line with legislation, particularly a clause that says breeders must be able to show the mother interacting with her puppies and at their place of birth.
Oh my gosh, they're too cute. Hello.
We then get to see the kennels. There are 2 sheds, and in those sheds are multiple bays, and they're filled with adorable puppies.
They're all at least 8 weeks old because they're all weaned. They're all bred in Northern Ireland, so they've only been here a few days, and they're kind of getting used to people being around.
So you said they come from Northern Ireland?
That's where I was breeding kennels.
Okay. So the mothers aren't here?
No, they're not here.
And there we have it. At face value, Douglas Hall comes across as a small-scale business. It seems like this sweet place in rural England. What I think might be customer deception is these dogs are going on long journeys. They're coming from an industrial condition, and it's not as sweet as it seems when you look a little bit deeper. So what I really want to find out is, do these customers truly know that their dogs are coming from the UK and Ireland's largest puppy farm? To find out, I'm meeting with Cody, who recently got a puppy from Douglas Hall Kennels.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Nice to meet you too. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. And what was your story? What happened?
We was told he was 17 weeks old and he was a little bit older than the other pups. Once we'd reserved him, I went to visit him every day. And I never saw him eat, I never saw him drink. Like quite shortly after I brought him home, I saw him and he'd lost a little bit of weight. So Arthur had Giardia, which is like a really nasty internal parasite. It can cause a lot of stomach issues, weight loss and things like that. We were trying different things. He was at the vet every 2 weeks. Basically, he was diagnosed before he died with protein losing enteropathy, which basically meant his body couldn't absorb protein at all. So all of the food we tried, everything was pointless, and a reason that protein losing enteropathy can occur is Giardia. There was just no saving him. He couldn't even hold his own back legs up anymore because he was too weak.
Did he have to get put down?
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that they should have spotted?
Absolutely. Arthur should be given that much care and attention, that these things are being picked up on. When I found out that Arthur had come from Northern Ireland, it made me so upset because he had this little face and he was so innocent and so cute, and he was literally just a baby. I can't say that this facility in Northern Ireland gave Arthur the Giardia, but it's really easily spread through puppies. He died in my arms. That image is burnt into my brain and it's not going anywhere. I couldn't save him, but we can stop other people having to go through the same thing.
Okay, so let's recap. Hamilton's Farm, the largest puppy farm in the UK and Ireland, is producing countless numbers of dogs in really concerning conditions. And to try and find out the truth behind their business, I've flown drones over their property, I've gone undercover to where they actually sell these dogs, and I've met up with customers and seen the aftermath of other puppy farms. And what I still can't believe is the scale of this operation. They are selling so many dogs, and more so the fact that people are buying these dogs from places like Douglas Hall Kennels and never truly finding out where they come from. I think customers deserve to know where their dogs come from, and I have seen enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the truth directly to the customers at Douglas Hall Kennels. I've hired a digivan that can project the footage we captured at Hamilton's Farm, and I'm going to park it right in Douglas Hall's car park to show customers exactly where their puppies are really coming from. If I'm being honest, I'm so nervous. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe the van just stalled. We've only just parked up the van when we see our first customer. Is there any chance we could show you something?
So these dogs here are from there.
Yes.
We have literally only come because our daughter wants to come and see some puppies. So I'd never heard of this place before.
They do say that their puppies are from Ireland, but they don't really show where.
I thought it was a different kind of place, like a kennel. It's not. It's just basically breeding and that's all they did.
I just thought it were a family run and they had a few dogs that, you know.
That bred?
Yeah.
By seeing this and seeing where the dogs are from, does it change what you were expecting maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I don't think we'd buy one. No.
It's not that long after we've spoken to some customers that we are approached by Eric Lancaster, the owner of Douglas Hall Kennels. We've been investigating Hamilton's puppy farm in Northern Ireland.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about the welfare conditions of the
Marvellous,
dogs?
marvellous welfare.
Marvellous welfare. Have you been to the facility?
Yeah.
You have? And do you feel as though you make your customers aware enough of what really goes on there?
There's nothing tied though.
But
we're all fully licensed, everything.
Yeah, we're fully aware that they're licensed. It says that they come from Northern Ireland, but it doesn't say that they come from an industrial-sized puppy farm.
Yeah, well, that's been going for about 20 years.
Yeah, and do you not feel as though there's a responsibility to make customers aware?
Well, it's fully licensed and everything. That's all I can say.
And do you not
We
feel?
don't hide anything.
But you are hiding something because you're not making people aware of where they're born. So, you know, naive locals come here and they feel as though they're purchasing a dog that's from a local community, that's healthy. And a lot of the time they're coming from these barbaric, barren enclosures.
There's no barbaric ones now.
It is barbaric though.
No,
it doesn't matter if something's licensed. It's still a really barren environment, and those dogs are showing major signs of psychological stress.
Oh, no.
They are. We have footage of it.
Yeah.
Take a look.
No. Believe me now, you have to see what you do with it.
So you don't hold any accountability for poor conditions?
Oh, it's fully licensed and it's no, it's nothing wrong.
You can be licensed to drive a car and still be a terribly dangerous driver.
Oh, well, you're talking rubbish now. So you can look around then. I'm if you never give you one.
So you're fine with us coming in and having a look around?
I'm sorry, I'm not letting you
pass.
I'm confused. Are we being invited in or told to leave?
What do you want me to do?
We spoke to people who have bought dogs from here that have died and have gotten ill.
There's nothing going wrong here, no.
We breed all of our own pups.
In Northern Ireland.
Ourselves.
In Northern Ireland.
It all means I can bring our license.
They're just repeating the same line. I know that you have licenses and I'm not here to make any allegations.
We are closing in a moment, so obviously we'll do that.
I know, but we're actually doing the decent thing by coming.
I'm asking you politely, after passing, I'm asking you very politely if you could leave.
Right, we've clearly outstayed our welcome. Okay, thanks. It's just really disappointing. The owner claimed full transparency with all of the customers, but when some of the customers see the reality of what's behind it, they're horrified, and that's exactly how I would feel. It's easy to turn a blind eye when you love animals. I've fallen victim to that myself in the past, but effectively by buying from these farms, you are just funding the problem.
The law has to change, but until then, the responsibility will only fall on the customer. They have to demand to know where the dog really comes from, and they have to demand that they can see the parents, because until then, these places will continue to exist.